Hey Visnu, this is Brian from Leadhounds, and in this video, I'm going to show you three things that you can start doing to bring in more patients through your website. So you might be asking yourself, why is this guy just showing me this stuff for free? Couldn't I just go do it myself and take advantage of the extra business? And the answer is yeah, you absolutely can do that. But what I've found is that most small business owners don't have the time to worry about perfecting their website or showing up on Google searches. So if you do have the time, that's great. I encourage you to use what you learn in this video. But if you don't and you think you could use some help, then just give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching this video and we can talk about the next steps. Okay, so I mentioned those three strategies, but what are we actually talking about here? What's the goal of those strategies? And that is going to center around what's called buyer intent keywords. So that's basically a word or a phrase that someone's going to search when they want to purchase a service. So in the case of Visage Miami, that might be something like Botox Miami, right? So I went ahead and searched that on Google and we can take a look at what we find. So up top we have these paid ads, right? You pay Google and they'll put you in one of these spots, but only about 1% of people click on this because they don't like clicking on those sponsored links. So then what we have what's called the organic listings. And these are the websites that show up on Google without having to pay them anything, right? And these are what most people are going to click on. So up at the top here, we see some of your competitors like Miami Skin and Vein. And we can scroll down a little bit and see if we can find Visage Miami. So we'll keep going down. Don't see it there. And that's the end of the first page. So then why don't we look at the second page just in case. We'll keep going down. Okay, and all right, so that's about 2 pages in, and we don't see Visage Miami anywhere. So what that means is that all the people searching for Botox Miami are going to click on your competitors' websites instead of yours. So you might ask, well, how many people are even searching for this stuff? Like, do I even care? And we can actually take a look at some data that will answer that question for us. So this is a tool I use called Ahrefs to get search engine data. And right here, we see that keyword Botox Miami. And Ahrefs tells us that that gets 1,000 searches every single month, right? And you can see all these other keywords like Botox and Miami, 1,100, another 250 for all of these. So this is over 3,000 people searching for this service every single month, and they're definitely in the Miami area, right? And you could get a list like this for all your different services, whether it's lip fillers, laser, any of that. But if you're not showing up at the top of those Google search results, then none of those people are going to be clicking on your website. So let's see what keywords you do show up for. So I went ahead and searched Visage Miami, and we can take a look at your keywords. So right here you can see these are all the keywords you show up on Google for. And you're in the top 10 for a couple of these, right? Which means you're on the first page. But they don't have a lot of traffic, right? And for these two, if someone's searching Visage Miami, they're probably already a patient of yours, right? They're not a new patient. And what we want to do is bring in new patients through your website because that's how you grow your business. And after these first couple, everything is above 10, right? You're getting into the 20s and 30s. So that's on like the third or fourth page of Google, and nobody's really scrolling that far to find this stuff. You want to be on that first page. So let's take a look at that competitor we saw before, Miami Skin and Vein, and we'll see their keywords. So right here, you can see just right away what we want to be going for, right? They have Botox Miami and they're in the #1 position, right? So they're the first website that shows up on Google. Botox and Miami, number 3. They have a couple for lip fillers where they're the top spot, right? So what this means is that for all these searches, people are seeing them first, and they're going to be the website that everybody clicks on. So how can you compete with them, right? How can you get in these top spots for these keywords? That comes back to those 3 strategies that I mentioned at the start of the video. So the first of those is going to be the content on your website. And what Google wants to see is typically about 1,500 to 2,000 words of content that actually uses those keywords that we want to target, like Botox Miami. So right here we have your website, and let's take a look at your content. Okay, so the website looks really good, very professional. So you do weight loss, got your services. I'll scroll down. All right, and there we are at the bottom, and you have a decent amount of content, right? Probably about 500 words. So that's a great start. Now let's look at your competitor, Miami Skin and Vein, to see how they compare. Okay, so another good website, some good content there. Okay. As we get to the bottom, we see they probably have about the same, about 500 to 600 words. So what that means is that all you have to do to beat them out in terms of content is add those 1,500 words that Google wants to see. Then you'll definitely be winning when it comes to content. So let's take a look at the second strategy that I wanted to talk about, which is called backlinking. And so a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website. And what that does is it tells Google that you are a credible business, because when they see that other websites, other companies are talking about you and sending their users to your website through that link, then it gives them more trust in your business. And they're going to reward you for that by moving you up in the search results. So we can see here that you have 8 referring domains. That means 8 backlinking websites. So let's take a look at what your competitor has. And right here, we see that Miami Skin and Vein has over 300 backlinks. So right away, you can tell one of the main reasons that they're beating you out for all these valuable keywords is because they have so many backlinks, so many more than you have. Well, what can we do about that? Well, we can go through each and every one of these websites, and we can go and get you a link from that website. And what that's going to do is it's going to match their strategy that they're using to have so much success with these keywords. But we don't want to stop there, right? We don't just want to match them. We want to add another 100, 200 backlinks so that we're blowing them out of the water. Okay, so that's backlinks. Let's take a look at one more strategy, which is the Google Maps section. And that's this part of the search results that has the little map, and then the 3 featured businesses here. And these top 3 businesses are going to be really important because they actually get about 30% of the clicks from searches like this. So how can you get in these top 3? Well, the first strategy we like to use is called citations. And a citation is kind of like a backlink, except instead of linking to your website, it goes to your Google Maps profile. So what we want to do is something very similar to the backlink strategy. We want to look at that top competitor, in this case Smith & Co. Botox, and we want to get all the same citations as them. But of course, we don't want to stop there. We want to go above and beyond and add an extra 100 citations. And on top of that, we want to just go through your Google Maps profile and make sure that we're filling out all the different fields in the optimal way. And we want to, of course, we want to geotag your images, right? Add lots of images and geotag them so that they're telling Google where to send your patients. And so all this stuff is what Google wants to see from its businesses, and they're going to reward you for it by moving you up in those map rankings. Okay, Visnu, so those are the 3 strategies I wanted to talk about. Again, it's the content on your website, it's those backlinks, right? Making sure you're beating out your competitor, and is that Google Maps section, right? Getting you in these top three so that you can take advantage of that extra website traffic. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was valuable to you. If it was, just give me a call or shoot me an email and we can talk about the next steps. All right, thanks.